It's Mr. Howell here. So sad that I'm not with you today. But you get to learn about intersectionality, which is a super cool term for us to know. And so intersectionality allows you to put together everything you've learned about identity. So race, gender, social class, sexuality, nationality, ethnicity. You get to put all of that together into one. So I'm going to quickly show you this assignment because it is due by the end of the block. So the first step of this is intro. So your sub will give you the definition of intersectionality. Usually we add it to our chart, our vocab chart. I'm just gonna add it here so that you have it. After you do that, you're gonna create your own identity, right? So you might wanna include your race, your gender, your sexuality, your nationality, whatever feels fitting here. And your name obviously goes in the middle. All right. Then I want you to tell me which aspects of your identity did you choose to include, and then why? How have you been treated because of those identities? So if you talk about your gender, right? Have you experienced oppression, or have you discrimination because of your race or your social class? Right. If you're like no, then that's okay. Right. So you'll say no, I have not. Then you're going to scroll down and you're just going to put an X, right? Depending on how important of these aspects of your identity are to you. So if your race is very important, you might put an X here. If it's medium here, not very here, okay? You're going to do that for all of these. So you might have like a little scatter, but you're going to just put an X depending on how much you think about these pieces of your identity versus how much you don't. Then you're going to choose two aspects of your identity. So maybe your race, your social class, or your sexuality and your religion, or you're an able-bodied person and your ethnicity. And you are going to, using complete sentences, right, explain how these pieces of your identity intersect to impact your life experience, like this, right? So you may say two parts of my identity are my race and my class, right? Then you might say the intersection of these identities have a positive or a negative impact on me, right? And then you know this because what? Right? If you're like, I've been discriminated against because of my race, and I feel like because I'm a boy, then maybe it makes it worse because of this, right? Or you might say that like my race has a positive impact on me. I know that I have privileges because of that, right? I really want to see how well we can do with putting together multiple pieces of our identity. Then the last step is the fun part. You're going to take a break. You're only going to get about 20 minutes to do all of this. So I need you focused and ready. If you don't do this, then you don't get to do the fun part. So make sure we are on it. Work with your group mates. After your break, you're going to get to watch an episode from one of my all-time favorite shows, One Day at a Time. And you are going to identify intersectionality. Okay, so here's a character box. You're really going to be focused on the character Penelope. And so then you're going to answer these questions. And I'm really going to be looking at number 4. How do we see Penelope's various identities intersect to impact her experience at work? All right, that'll be due by the end of the block. You'll include it in our tray. So A block, you're on top, B block, you're at the bottom. Make sure that you are kind and you are welcoming. I don't want to hear anything negative because you all are my babies and I know how you are. And I just want to hear all positive things. Thank you for being flexible. I cannot wait to see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, rest up, and I cannot wait to see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.